Again, I welcome you in this video. I'll be talking about the Lagrangian for a free particle. And free particle means we are considering that is not associated with any external forces, and that is the meaning of the or the free particle. So the Lagrangian for the free particle, that we will discuss one by one in the different coordinate system, like the rectangular uh, Cartesian. What will be the Lagrangian in rectangular Cartesian? So the L equal to T minus V. So here the V equal to 0. If it is a free particle, the potential energy is 0. So therefore it will be L equal to T. So it will be half m then x dot square plus y dot square plus z dot square. So since these coordinates are the cyclic in the sense means the L does not depends on the this generalized velocity. L does not depend on the generalized coordinates, so the coordinate is cyclic. So this is its momentum is that is px equal to del L by del x dot, and py equal to del L by del y dot, and pz equal to del L by del z dot. So I'll tell you what do you mean by the cyclic coordinate. Cyclic coordinate, or this is set to the ignorable coordinate. Ignorable coordinate. So cyclic coordinates means we are the Lagrangian. Lagrangian of a system. It is generally a function of the qj and qj dot and t. That is generalized coordinates, generalized velocity, and the time. So it happens that in some cases Lagrangian does not contain this generalized coordinate. Then in that condition, so in that case that is set to the cyclic coordinate. L is not a function of the generalized coordinate, then that is set to the cyclic coordinate. And if this happens, then the Lagrangian relation reduces to Lagrangian relation d by dt del L by del qj dot minus del L by del qj equal to 0. So if it is not a function of qj, then this will be 0. So if it is 0, then we can write down d by dt del L by del qj dot equal to 0. And this del L by del qj, this is d by dt pj equal to 0. Means this pj dot, this is pj, so this is pj dot equal to 0. It means the generalized momentum conjugate to a cyclic coordinate, generalized momentum the conjugate to a cyclic coordinate is a constant of motion, that is conserved. So that is the general conservation theorem. For the cyclic coordinate, this conjugate momentum equal to 0. So therefore we can say that that is generalized momentum conjugate to cyclic coordinate is a constant of motion. So this is general conservation theorem. So that is what we are using. Px equal to del L by del x dot, Py equal to del L by del y dot, Pz equal to del y del z dot, because it is a cyclic coordinate. So we can write down. This is del L by del x dot. From this expression, it will be how much? Mx dot. Then this py will be my dot, and del L by del z dot, it will be mz dot. So therefore you can write down the total energy will be, so the total energy E, total energy will be, it will be del L by del x dot, this is the momentum into velocity, plus momentum del L by del y dot into velocity, del L by del z dot into velocity. So del L by del x dot, what do we have got? We have got m x dot square, m x dot into x dot. Similarly m y dot square. Similarly m z dot square. Right. So this is so E equal to this minus L. Minus, this is the energy integral, so that is minus L. So minus L means how much? Half m x dot square plus y dot square plus z dot square. So this will be how much? Half m x dot square and half m x dot square. So it will be half m x dot square plus y dot square plus z dot square, and that is equal to 1. So x dot square equal to we can write down in terms of the momentum. So it will be 1 by 2m px square plus py square plus pz square. So that is a constant of motion. Now if you write down, that was in the rectangular Cartesian. Now if you want to express Lagrangian in terms of the cylindrical polar, then in cylindrical polar, it will be the Lagrangians in the system. L equal to T equal to we'll add on half m v square, and this v square equal to half m v equal to ds by dt square, and this will be half L equal to half m ds by dt. It will be written as r dot square plus it will be r square theta dot square plus z dot square, because the cylindrical polar coordinates r, theta and z. So Lagrangian will be this form. So we can find out the cyclic coordinates are theta and the z. So p theta will be del L by del theta dot, and pz equal to, means the momentum will be how much? Del L by del z dot. So del L by del theta dot, here it will be how much? It will be m r square. This is theta dot square. So m r square theta dot, and del L by del z. So it will be how much? M z dot. So these are the two independent of motion in case of the cylindrical polar. Similarly, if we go for the spherical polar for a free particle, this I am talking about the free particle, Lagrangian of the free particle. So in case of the spherical polar, the Lagrangian will be in the L equal to T equal to half m v square, that is half m ds by dt square, and this will get in this form half m. Then spherical polar means it is r, theta and phi. So it is half m r dot square plus it is r square theta dot square plus there is r square sin square theta and phi dot square. So for a free particle, here only phi is cyclic. For a free particle only phi is cyclic. So what we will write down? P phi. We will find out P phi, corresponding momentum. So P phi will be del L by del phi dot. So del L by del phi dot, here if you differentiate it, then it will be m r square sin square theta and phi dot. So that is the angular momentum about the z axis, and that is the constant of motion. This is the angular momentum about z axis, and which is the constant of motion. So this we discuss about the in case of the free particle, Lagrangian of the rectangular Cartesian, Lagrangian of the cylindrical polar, and Lagrangian of the spherical polar. So in the next class we will be discussing about the Hamilton equations of motion. Thank you.